my name is Cynthia. So I did my protest art on the public school education versus the higher quality, higher standards education for basically educational inequality. And that linked a lot with the book as far as it associated with race, with gender, and with your social class, your social status, your income, what you make, where you live. And it was, I did a lot of little research besides what we had in the book and the videos that were provided for us. But I talked a lot about how, based on the zip code where you live, of course, there's a big difference in educational gaps for the lower end areas where property taxes, housing, every sort of whatnot is lower, smaller, and then versus you go to the higher end class and who of course pay more property taxes, that their schools receive more funding because they're higher class, they have more income coming in, they receive or they're able to put in and contribute more towards their school so that they can have better things and more activities and programs and whatnot. So that was what a lot of my details were regarding my essay that I wrote, and how, of course, in the lower educated and the lower income areas, you typically have people who don't finish school. Education is a big thing. So that leads on to further issues as far as crime and things like that. But that's what my paper was about, and which we're currently going through that now, living on the southeast side of San Antonio. We're not in a bad area, but our schools are rated lower, and we're looking to move to the north side of San Antonio because of the school education systems. And unfortunately, that's something that people have to do, and we're very fortunate that we are able to do something like that. But it's sad that there's other people who don't or are not able to do that. But just a little bit about my artwork. Fancy. Like I said, this is the higher class, middle class incomes, as opposed to your standard public school system, and you have your roads that aren't taken care of because the city doesn't do things, there's not enough money. A lot of the times in the public school systems, if you don't have that support and you don't have the funds that are there for your school to give you the resources, the materials you need, a lot of times, a lot of the people in the lower end and low poverty areas go towards these systems. That's why I put the whole jail. And I put the notebook paper because it shows that we don't have as many resources. And to get to the better schools, it's going to be through the gate, and you have to pay to get to the promised land. But that's what mine was. It was great.